Well, hello, good morning. It's just gone past 11 o'clock here in Barcelona, and we've got a special treat for you because we've got a part of the training session which we're going to be watching this morning. The last training session before the game tomorrow night against Almeria at the Camp Nou, kicking off at 8 o'clock Central European time in the evening. Midweek league fixture. Of course, at the weekend, Barcelona consolidated their 4-point lead at the top of the league with a 1-0 win away to Celta. Jeremy Mathieu getting the headed goal in the second half, thus rendering Real Madrid's 9-1 drubbing of Granada. And Cristiano Ronaldo's 5 goals, well, not meaningless, but still 4 points difference. There's no particular news regarding the players who are in the training session today. It's the expected crew. The only major injury problem at the moment is, of course, Thomas Vermaelen. And, of course, there's some exciting news regarding Almeria because they've just announced the new manager. And it's Sergi Barjuan, Sergi, who, of course, was a fullback at Barcelona for many years back in the 90s. And he's now manager of Almeria, and he'll be making his debut against his former club. Beautiful day in Barcelona this morning. It's been very nice all over the Easter weekend. Beautiful sunshine, it's been warm. Temperatures around about 16, 17 degrees centigrade. And so 9 league games left to go this season. 4-point difference. It's not actually necessarily just a head-to-head battle between Barca and Real Madrid because Atletico Madrid, they're still in contention. They beat Cordoba at the weekend. Valencia dropped from 3rd to 4th with a draw against Villarreal. But they're also still in contention. And theoretically, Sevilla as well could still win the title. Perhaps that's perhaps a bit more of a long shot. So the water's just being sprayed here on pitch number 1 at the Ciutat Esportiva. We understand that we're going to be getting to see probably the first 15 minutes or so of the session. And then the cameras are switched off so that they can continue their plans in private. Rumour has it fairly strongly that Almeria are going to be coming here just to try to defend and look for a 0-0 draw at tomorrow night's game, and it was joked that they're arriving on a double-decker bus and they're just going to park it in front of their goal. We'll see how things actually do pan out. Not having the best of seasons, Almeria. They're second from bottom at the moment with 21 points. Now 4 points adrift of the safety zone. Levante are the side just above in 17th place with 25. Granada, who of course were beaten 9-1 by Real Madrid, they're on 22 points. Almeria on 21 points. Cordoba, bottom of the table, on 18 points. Curiously enough, it's something I'd never noticed this before, but the 3 sides in the relegation zone, they're all from Andalusia. Granada, Almeria, Cordoba. At the moment, Andalusia have got 5 teams in the first division because Sevilla and Malaga, also from that region, that's a quarter of the teams in the Spanish first division are from Andalusia. So now we move on to the traditional way to begin training sessions, and it's what they call the rondo. A term I've never quite managed to work out how to translate into English. It's when you get in a circle and pass the ball around. One thing about tomorrow's game is Sergio Busquets. We know for a fact he won't be playing because he's suspended, and Mascherano returns to the side after serving his suspension at the weekend. So other than Vermaelen, the only major absentee from tomorrow's game is going to be Sergi Busquets. Normally the squad isn't actually announced until the morning of the game, so it'll be tomorrow morning. Although once or twice Luis Enrique surprised us over the last month or so and announced his squad the day before. And don't forget, of course, Luis Enrique is giving a press conference today at 12:30 Central European time, and we'll be streaming that live here on the website as well. 12:30 is the scheduled time. It normally actually starts a little bit later. Depends on how much Luis Enrique needs to speak to his players after the game. And then he just pops along to the TV studio, which is also here at the Ciutat Esportiva. And so we'll be providing live English translation of that as well, so you can enjoy that in about an hour and a half's time from now. One interesting thing is that they now use GPS systems in Barca training sessions. They carefully monitor exactly how much the players move, not just during matches, but also during training sessions. There was a curious case involving Adriano, where he was injured early on in the season, and it was apparently the club doctor's verdict was he was running too much in training sessions, and that could be shown on the GPS systems, and that he had to take it a bit more calmly. Caught a glimpse there of Jeremy Mathieu. Fantastic header he scores to resolve what was turning out to be quite a tricky game against Celta. And the unlikely saviour at the end of the day, Jeremy Mathieu. It's quite unusual in La Liga for there to be midweek fixtures. They in fact get started tonight. There are 3 games this evening. Atletico Madrid are at home to Real Sociedad, kicking off at 8 o'clock local time. And then there are 2 games kicking off at 10 o'clock. Eibar against Malaga and Levante against Sevilla. Then tomorrow on Wednesday, Barcelona, of course, at home to Almeria, kicking off at 8 o'clock, at the same time as Deportivo against Cordoba. And then at 10 o'clock, Granada entertain Celta Vigo, and Rayo Vallecano are at home to Real Madrid. That's a local derby, of course. Not a game Real Madrid will be relishing at all. It's always difficult to go and play against Rayo, naturally, because it's the local derby. And then on Thursday, it finishes with Athletic Bilbao at home to Valencia at 8 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, Elche against Getafe and Villarreal against Espanyol. And of course, after Almeria, the action doesn't stop for Barcelona, because on Saturday at the same time, 8 o'clock, it's one of the trickiest fixtures of the season. That's away to Sevilla. Sevilla in fantastic form. I think it's 31 games they've gone without losing at home. A run that obviously stretches back over a year. Real Madrid at the weekend, their game kicks off just a little bit earlier at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're at home to Eibar. You'd have thought they could have sprinkled the pitch before the training session rather than during it, but there you go. And of course, coming up the week after, it's Paris Saint-Germain, who won a cracking game 3-2 away to Marseille. At the weekend, it was on at the same time as the Barca game. Something Luis Enrique has been reiterating time and time again in his press conferences of late is how much he dislikes having to play against teams that are fighting against relegation. He considers games like tomorrow's against Almeria to be possibly more dangerous than any of the other fixtures, and that indeed did prove to be the case, as he also keeps pointing out last season when, remember, there were 3 teams, Real Madrid, Barca and Atletico Madrid, all in contention for the title and dropping points left, right and centre against some of the most unlikely of opponents. Luis Enrique's taken to wearing sunglasses a lot in training sessions recently. Not too sure what's causing amusement to Gerard Piqué there, but he does tend to actually be one of the jokers when they're doing these warm-up exercises. I mean, they have to do this pretty much every day. And if there's anyone in the team who tends to get them breaking from the routine and joking around, it's Gerard Piqué. Dani Alves, another of the jokers in the pack. And now on go the yellow bibs. Looks like we're going to be moving on to a new exercise. Probably means that we're going to lose the signal now, because they're going to go on to things that they don't want Sergi Barjuan to be able to see. Indeed, it's just been confirmed to me, yes, we're going to be losing the signal now. The rest of it is for Luis Enrique and the boys to do in private, so we won't disturb them. Thank you very much.